obviously, until somebody beats the Warriors in June, we're going to be sitting here wondering about July and who can put the team together to actually beat the Warriors. And if you can use one of the Warriors players, like we're assuming Durant's going to go to the Knicks, or maybe Klay Thompson wants to come and be part of the LeBron new Lakers, certainly if he can get Anthony Davis. And then using the phrase that he can get Anthony Davis because it's his agency that is also the agent of Anthony Davis. So now we actually have a player that can be accused of tampering. All of that is part of the NBA conversation until we actually see somebody beat the Warriors. So when Anthony Davis shows up at the All-Star game, mere days after he leaves the Smoothie King Arena in New Orleans during a game because he's injured, supposedly because they don't have an MRI machine in the arena, making it, I guess, the Oakland Coliseum of the NBA. You know, the Raiders only have an X-ray machine that sends out blurry Polaroids, I guess, for the Steelers. Nice. So now here we got a guy who's got to leave the arena in New Orleans to go down the street to a hospital to get an MRI. And when he leaves, the coach doesn't know, and it costs the general manager his job because the team is kind of wondering what the hell's going on with Anthony Davis. When we all know Anthony Davis wants out, and basically said this to NBA television when Casey Stern asked him the $1 million question during the media day event when he stopped by. Anthony Davis stops by with Isaiah Thomas and Grant Hill and the rest of us all listening in. Here's what he had to say.
Somebody had told me that you had mentioned maybe the Celtics being on that list. I just wanted to clarify. Is it on the list or are they not on the list?
All 29 other teams are on my list.
Everyone's on the list.
I don't have a preferred destination. Like I said, I just want to win. You know, they ask me big market, small market. I don't care. You know, I want to win. You know, and obviously whatever team, you know, I get traded to, you know, play for it that year or whatever. If I get traded, I'm not sure, but just make the best of it, and then, you know, when free agency comes, see what happens. You know, I can't tell the future, but all 29 teams are on the list.
So just to follow real quick, so people who had reported it's the Lakers and then it's the Knicks.
I never gave a destination.
The man
Anthony
whose
Davis
voice it is, Anthony Davis.
Gave a destination where he wants to play.
Okay.
So the list that we were told that Anthony Davis gave the Pelicans that he'd be willing to sign long-term with if they traded him to them, which is important. I'm willing to sign long-term, meaning you can extract the most from this team, or this is where I'm trying to guide myself to right now. We were told the Celtics were not on that list.
That's right.
And the reason why that's important is because the Celtics can't trade for him now, saying that maybe when the summer hits, you can trade me to them then. So basically, Anthony Davis blew up all of the reporting that has been out there on this over the past week, 2 weeks, to say that his list includes everybody but the Pelicans.
29 other teams.
29 other teams. It includes, and it not only just includes that, it's everybody. He's probably being willing to be traded to the Patriots. Also on that list is Your Kiss, to use the Hall & Oates parlance, right? Isn't Your Kiss on that list?
Your Kiss is on my list.
Okay, everybody's on that list.
Nice.
But the Pelicans. And the question is, what's wrong with the Pelicans? They beat the guy who I think should have been the MVP yesterday, Damian Lillard. He's amazing. Greatest player in the NBA that's not viewed as the greatest player. Nobody talks about as the greatest player. He's amazing. Beat them, swept them last year.
Pretty easily.
What's wrong? What's wrong with the Pelicans? Here's what's wrong with the Pelicans. They're not the Lakers. That's what's wrong with the Pelicans. They're not the Lakers. LeBron doesn't play there. They don't live in Los Angeles. They play in New Orleans, and LeBron's not there. Let's just put it out there. That's what everybody believes right now. Okay? And that's why they didn't trade half of the Lakers or all of the Lakers. When it all comes down to it, do you think the Pelicans are going to get a better deal than every young kid on the Lakers roster and a couple picks? When it all comes down to it, No, they're not going to trade him to the Lakers and give him what he wants when they think they're being played. And you could fire Dell Demps all you want. You could fire him all you want. And for what? There's so many questions. And your Celtics, apparently, according to one of their players, who was it, Morris?
Marcus Morris.
Okay, yeah. Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
They're a total mess.
Not having any fun. They're not having any fun.
Yep. Brad Stevens is not letting them have fun. They're not having fun. And then they're better without Kyrie, apparently. I mean, all this garbage that you're seeing out there on our airwaves and television. Because I'll tell you this whole point of that they're better off without Kyrie. You know what's going to happen when they make the playoffs? They are going to need that guy to win.
Guy who takes every big shot.
When it comes down to it in May, when they're still playing in May, they're going to need him to get past the Sixers. They're going to need him to get past Toronto or past Giannis. They're going to need him. They're a better team with him, which is, again, why everybody's got their hair on fire for July. Because if he leaves or he stays and Anthony Davis goes there, is that the team that could beat the Warriors? Or if he leaves and Durant goes, you're breaking up the Warriors and you're putting maybe Zion with Knox and Kyrie and Durant in New York. Now you got a team that might be able to be built to beat the Warriors. Again, it's all about beating the Warriors. And until we actually see it, we're going to be wondering who can build a team to beat the Warriors and, better yet, maybe break up the Warriors in the process. And that's why Durant's got to take a chill pill when everyone's wondering what's going on with him.
Where did you come out on the whole debate last week of were the Pelicans in fair play or bamboozling the Lakers? Did you see that as on the Topic Bar shows?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. That the problem
acting good faith,
the
I think was the term.
For the Pelicans with Anthony Davis is they are not the Lakers. He signs with Clutch Sports, which is LeBron's group. LeBron tells McMenamin, do we know something that I don't? Because I think he's already thinking about getting Anthony Davis, says it would be amazing, is asked by McMenamin, can I use that on the record? He says yes. Everybody sees this coming, plain as day, and maybe Dell Demps doesn't do anything about it, gets his ass fired. Then here comes Anthony Davis, wanting to go to the Lakers, as we all know. So why wouldn't the Pelicans look at them and say, guess what? Keep offering as many young kids so we could screw with your roster and their kids' heads. We have no intention of giving Anthony Davis what we believe he wants. Especially when he goes on NBA. Did you hear what he also said? That when he leaves New Orleans,
yes, I saw
he will
this,
give a very lovely Instagram farewell, just like everybody does. Come on.
Just like Antonio Brown did?
He's going to be great here with the Lakers when he finally gets here, because this is where he wants to come. Let's not kid each other.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.